the Democratic governor of Kentucky and host of the Andy Beshear podcast, Governor Andy Beshear, the co-host of The Weeknight on MSNBC, Michael Steele, and she is a CNN political analyst and former White House communications director under President Biden, Kate Bedingfield. Okay, here are the questions from the people for the panel. Prince Harry, what do we even care? Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Steve Bannon, hundreds of others called for a ban on developing AI superintelligence that would be smarter than humans. Are they right to be alarmed? Well, it's a little late. I mean, isn't this horse out of the barn?
That train's out of the station.
We should be alarmed, but at this point, the expectation is that our Congress needs to get into the conversation, but we saw how they handled the conversation with Facebook and all of that back in the day, and it didn't go well.
Does this come up in your state?
It does, and I think AI can be a tool, but it can't be the answer. And the answer to every challenge created by AI can't be solved by AI. This can't be just a circular discussion. So I think it's recognizing that it's coming, recognizing that it's going to cause a lot of changes, but then creating the right guardrails to try to handle it responsibly.
But didn't they already pass a law? Didn't Trump pass a law that said no guardrails? Isn't that where we are?
And they took in the one big beautiful bill, right? They took out some of the state-specific guardrails too. So it's.
And I read this week, like 45% of what it's asked is it gets wrong.
Well, it's.
So you're saying it's human?
You're right.
Right.
It is.
It's human intelligence.
It's programmed by humans.
It BS's, basically. It does exactly what humans do. It tells you, it does exactly what humans do. It BS's.
Right.
But there is something I think to be concerned about the consolidation of who owns the AI platform. And that consolidation is something that's going to wind up in the hands of very, very few people who are going to have control over what it does. And then, of course, the impact on jobs. I mean,
jobs.
I'm sorry, I just landed here today and I was shocked at the number of driverless cars on the road. And I was talking to the driver and he's like, there's my job in 5 years.
Price of electricity, I think, is the other thing we've got to look at. It's already so expensive.
Sucking up all the electricity.
Yeah, and the masking of sources and everything that it provides you. I mean, you don't know whether the information, right or wrong, where it's coming from, and that we're already in an era of social media where especially kids don't have the discernment, the judgment. They're getting fed, sometimes a bunch of crap.
And it hallucinates. It literally hallucinates. And it can fall in love with you.
Yeah.
And it does. It's.
I mean, can you blame it? Really?
It'll try to get you to leave your wife.
Horrifying. Horrifying. Wow. Somebody
Hey. And it also does some bad things.
Somebody really just told on themselves.
What does the panel think of Trump's latest group of pardons, including the former CEO of the crypto company Binance and former Congressman George Santos? Well, I mean...
He takes care of his own.
Yeah.
All I could say is, he didn't do Diddy.
He didn't do Diddy.
Not this week.
Diddy's not one of his own.
He's next week. Well, I made a list of all these things that are Trump does that are like not unprecedented, but also completely unprecedented. That's to me the pattern. He changed the White House. Like I said, lots of people have done it, not to that degree. Go to war like he's doing with Venezuela without congressional authorization. Well, that's every war since World War II. Pardons, family corruption. Hunter Biden, again, not to this degree. And everything he can point to and say, well, they did it, and I'm just going to take it to the nth degree. That, to me, is what this is. He pardons his friends. He doesn't even make he doesn't even try to hide it. He's my friends, if you like me, I like you, you get a pardon. If not, if you check the wrong box on your mortgage form.
He pardoned George Santos, saying at the end, he always votes Republican. And that is a reason, or at least commuted the sentence. But there are consequences to all this. You look at the rioter he pardoned from January 6th, just made a death threat against Hakeem Jeffries. If you let somebody get away with violence, they may cause it again.
Okay, what does the NBA gambling scandal reveal about how pervasive sports betting is? Well, if it spread to the players, a lot.
Yeah, pretty darn, pretty darn pervasive, I think.
Look, it's part of the culture now. It's seeped into everything that you can now bet on. I mean, in one sense, the Brits have been doing it for a long time, and they've been looking at us. They look at us and go, "I don't know what the problem is." But here, this is a new space for a lot of folks, and we've always been very clear about that bright line with sports, and because we believe in the honor of the game and all of that, and so this news this week for the NBA is really, it's going to hit them. It's going to hit them hard in their fan base. I think, and they're going to have to figure out how to manage that storyline, because I think it cuts deeper than they may realize. Yeah,
it's clear that the leagues are going to have to take a heavier hand, because this undermines the integrity of the game. People, your fan base doesn't feel like the game's on the level. I mean, there's only a matter of time before your audience erodes.
Gambling got so pervasive.
It did.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it is?
Well,
no time. I remember a time when you could gamble one place. Las Vegas, Nevada, or Reno, but the state of Nevada.
And then there was Atlantic City, but
well,
right, and that came later. And then it was all over, and then it was on your phone. And I don't even know why people want to bet, because it ruins the fun of it. When I owned a piece of the Mets for 10 years, it kind of ruined the game, because I was worried about my money. Really, I was worried, and for good reason, because there were years I lost some.
It's deeply addictive. I mean, gambling.
It's deeply
That's the other thing.
addictive.
It's deeply, deeply addictive. In the same way that staring at your phone is addictive, and you meld those two things.
Right.
Forget it.
Love to have heard your locker room speech.
I will say now there's a way to track it, though. I mean, you look at, there's been gambling scandals in the past with Pete Rose and others. They could track exactly how much was bet before that NBA player went out with an injury early, and start looking at it pretty quickly.
Okay, so let's end with one that is a nice big fat pitch right down the middle for you.
Oh, thank you.
How will the big beautiful bill affect rural folks in Kentucky?
The big ugly bill. It's basically punching rural America in the face. It just is. It's going to devastate rural economies, because it's going to close or significantly impact rural hospitals. Every one of my rural hospitals is the #1 payroll in their community. And so if you eliminate a large part of that payroll, you don't just close the hospital. You close the local restaurant, you close the local coffee shop, and you close the local bank. You can't take $1 trillion that's flowing through rural America out of it and not expect people to be impacted. But then there's the workforce. So right now, if you've got a clinic, you can miss a couple hours of work and see a doctor. But if you have to drive 2 to 3 hours, you're missing a day. And then you take your kids, and then you take your parents. It's going to profoundly impact America in really negative ways.
So what are you going to do to make sure that your citizens are as protected as possible?
Well, everything we can. We're going to try to make sure that people don't get kicked off Medicaid that should qualify for Medicaid.
And you can do that on the state level.
Yeah, what they've tried to do is they've tried to double the paperwork. Sadly, they're hoping that those parents of a special needs child who are busy and both work don't check a box, and then they lose coverage for 6 months. Or the other side, long-term care ends up being covered by Medicaid. And so if you fail to check that box, are you taking your parent back into your home? Who has to stop working? How can you afford that coverage? I mean, this isn't just going to impact communities, it's going to devastate families. This is the worst piece of legislation in my lifetime for what it's going to do to my state, but I think also rural America.
Okay. Thank you, panel. You're all great. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys.